In just a few days, Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves will be hitting the theaters. It'll be the first live-action D&D movie not straight to DVD since the year 2000 when the movie Dungeons & Dragons came out, starring Marlon Wayans 23 years ago. So this is a long time coming for D&D fans. But if you aren't a D&D fan, you might be thinking, do I need to know anything about Dungeons & Dragons before I watch this? Will I be lost? The answer is probably no, but if you do want to learn some things that relate to the movie, well, get ready for an unnecessary guide to D&D Honor Among Thieves. To preface all this, I haven't watched it yet, so all the info about the movie I got were from trailers and a couple of interviews. This movie is set in the Forgotten Realms, which is one of the few worlds connected within the official D&D universe, and is typically the setting for many popular D&D publications like the Baldur's Gate video game series, or the Companions of the Hall and Drizzt novels. On the planet Toril in the lands of Faerun, Faerun is like a continent in this world. Now I don't know where the movie takes place exactly, but here's a photo of Faerun so you can see it somewhere around here. They did mention the Underdark in one of the interviews. The Underdark is like an entirely different ecosystem and civilization deep below the surface, that's connected by tunnels and caverns. That's where a lot of evil creatures are, like the drow or mind flayers, and many other typical creatures that you don't see on the surface. The movie's also going to highlight certain characters and their role, or class, sort of like how Lord of the Rings presents Gandalf as a wizard, Aragorn as a ranger, or Bilbo as a burglar. Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves has a similar system. Chris Pine plays a bard who was once a part of the Harpers. A bard is a jack of all trades. They can fight a bit, cast magical spells, have some roguish qualities, and are known to inspire their allies, normally using music and song. If you know of The Witcher, the character Jaskier would be the equivalent. The Harpers is a secret organization, mostly doing good guy stuff, fighting evil by moonlight, winning love by daylight, never running from a real fight. Also coincidentally, their symbol has a crescent moon. Then we have Michelle Rodriguez's character, a Barbarian. An easy comparison for this class would be like a Viking or Arnold Schwarzenegger's Conan the Barbarian. Very strong, very tough, very primal. We also have the guy from Bridgerton playing a Paladin. Paladins are righteous fighters with a few divine magical spells or abilities. They have a code based on the god they follow and are almost always good. An equivalent would be if you combined Brienne of Tarth from Game of Thrones or Pedro Pascal's The Mandalorian with Philip Banks' sense of justice and morality. Honest, loyal, dutiful, and a skilled fighter. Next, we got Nancy Drew over here playing a Tiefling Druid. Tieflings, in the simplest of terms, are biracial. They're typically descendants of humans and a fiend. Fiends are like evil creatures from the lower planes, which is like a whole different dimension. You could think of it like the Upside Down world in Stranger Things, a place completely different from Earth. And her Druid class can be associated with a character like Radagast from Lord of the Rings. Very in tune with nature, uses divine magic, and can shapeshift into certain animals. Next is the guy from Detective Pikachu. He plays a Sorcerer. Sorcerers are a bit different than Wizards if we're going to get real nerdy about this. Wizards have to learn to cast arcane magic through research and practice. Sorcerers have a natural ability to use magic, so they're often more powerful but more unpredictable. Nearing the end, we have Hugh Grant playing a rogue. I feel like rogues are pretty self-explanatory. They're typically thieves. Bilbo's title is a burglar. It's not all that different. Or maybe Littlefinger from Game of Thrones, you can consider one too. And rounding out these cast of characters and classes, we have the Red Wizards. The Red Wizards are the opposite of the Harpers, which makes sense since they're typically enemies. Red Wizards are known to be evil magic users that want power either through world domination or magic development. Their distinguishable red robes clearly separates them from other mages. There's also a whole assortment of creatures that'll make an appearance, but that's a whole other animal that we can get into another time. You've got the basic knowledge that you didn't even need. Now go out there and enjoy the movie.